So we are talking about how you are going to get recession proof, how you can 10 times your income without working 24/7, and how you can create multiple income streams through courses and memberships. So we're talking about passive income so that you can scale what you do without having to work all the time. So I'd like to show you how you can build a safety net for your life and 10 times your income without burning out. So in this masterclass, I'm going to share tangible ways for you to stay recession proof so that you can scale and have that safety net. So for the next half hour, I'm going to share some key strategies that I've used to sell over 50,000 courses throughout, crazy times like the pandemic, while homeschooling, and also help my clients to build course-based businesses that sell on repeat. Okay, just like Leah, who, if you're on LinkedIn, you'll probably know the lovely Leah, who built a LinkedIn course and created an additional $20,000 recurring revenue each month for her business. Or Susie, who created a series of life-changing courses and sold over 5,000 courses. Or Jerry, another person on LinkedIn you may know, who had over 100 members join her accountancy membership on launch day. And she again has added, I think, about £10,000 a month in revenue to her business just through her membership. So I'm making a promise here today. I'm going to show you how you can get recession proof and 10 times your income without working 24/7. So by the end of our time here today, you'll discover why you are fully qualified to create your own online course, how you're going to get recession proof and start profiting from your online course before you've actually created any content, and a way that I can help you fast track into having a course ready in just 90 days. And I'll make you a very exciting offer at the end. So you're in the right place because you want to get recession proof and have a safety net for your family. And you're in the right place because you want to 10 times your income without burning out. And you're in the right place because you want to leave behind the work that does not excite you and create a system that enables you to spend time with the people that you love. So this is also not for you if you're looking for some kind of get rich quick strategy, you don't want to work smart, you don't want to help your clients get life-changing results, or you don't want to grow your online business. So let's focus. At this point, I'm going to check my phone is off. Yeah, my phone is off. Turn off any other, notifications or tabs or anything that might be distracting you. And let's focus and get it done. Okay, so if you stay till the end and decide to go on this course creation journey with me, you'll get my Skyrocket Your Publicity course. So ways that you can get in the media for free and get amazing PR. So that means, easy ways to get on TV, get in newspapers, get in magazines, and showcase what you do, who you are. And it's really can make a huge difference to, not just the PR that comes from that, but also the credibility and the way that people view you and see who you are. Okay, so there's the easy path where you can do it all yourself. You can, you can with the easy path. It is, there's the easy path, the hard path. The hard path, you keep doing what you've been doing, tap into some, people on YouTube and try and tie it all together. Or there's the easy path where you learn how to recession proof your business using my proven strategies to sell thousands of courses on repeat. So I'm Lucy. I'm mum to 7-year-old Ben, and I live in the Cotswolds in the UK. So it's a beautiful part of the world. But I spent 20 years living all over the world, from Beijing to Paris to Bangkok and Baghdad, and quite a few places in between as well, working as a TV journalist. And I had the most incredible experiences. I got to travel in Air Force One, interview Barack Obama, would spend, basically, I was mainly doing international news, but my bosses knew that I loved glossy magazines. So they'd send me off to do all the film things as well. So I used to spend a lot of time sort of chatting to Angelina Jolie or Nicole Kidman, or, you know, doing all of that stuff, which was really fun and glamorous, except for Angelina Jolie, where we spent a lot of time in refugee camps. But it was, I had the most insane life, and it was lots and lots of fun. But when my son was born, I had a bunch of health issues. And so reporting from crazy countries wasn't possible. And I wanted to be around for my son. So I set up my online business and started to, you know, post on Facebook and do my thing. But I didn't know how to actually make any money. And I was completely overwhelmed. And I knew that something had to change. And so the only way for me to kind of really get myself sorted was for me to grow my business, but I didn't know how to do it. And for a long time, my confidence was down the plug hole. And I kept thinking I need to get more qualified, and, you know, thinking that was the solution. I took a long, hard look at myself and realized that I didn't need another certification or license. I just needed to be me and share my expertise. I was working crazy hours in my coaching business, but by the time I covered all the outgoings, I wasn't actually making any money. Plus, I had a toddler running around the place who wanted my attention. And so it worked until it didn't work. Because I felt, and I don't know if you felt this too, I felt guilty if I wasn't with my son, I wasn't with my family, but I also felt like I didn't have time to focus on and not in the business. So I was stuck on that entrepreneurial hamster wheel, trying to juggle my business and my life and trying to tie it all together. And then I discovered the power of selling mini courses on repeat. And I realized that automating my sales systems for selling courses was going to help me get thousands of courses and build a profitable business, but also help me get my freedom back and create the kind of life that I wanted to create for my son. And so I wasn't kind of feeling that I was constantly stuck. I'm just going to have a look at the chat and see. Let me just have a look, see what you're just sharing with me. About life goals. You've got a radio interview coming up. And you're liking my son. Lovely. Okay, so let's go in full mode again. So it was, really important for me to have that kind of life that I really wanted. So in just a short time, I've built a business that gets leads on repeat, and I've sold over 50,000 courses. And it means that I work school hours. I don't even quite do school hours, because basically I do the school run and then I go for a run myself. And so I usually start work about 9:30, 10, and I finish, I always make my last call 2 o'clock so that I am there to pick my son up from school. So I fit, and I don't work every day. So I don't work Fridays. And this week this is the only day that I've worked this week. So you can really fit your life around what you have going on whether that is, you know, caring for an elderly relative, caring for your children, whether that's health issues or just whatever else, you just want to travel more, live more, you know, and that gives you that freedom. And the great thing is that it gives you that safety net of recurring income where you can still pay the bills and the mortgage, even if you take a step back. Like last year, I split up with my husband and I didn't really work very much. I, you know, really took a huge, like probably 6 months of the year off. And, you know, I would do little bits, but I was really not involved in the business that much, but it still kept going. And that's the thing, that you can create this safety net, that when you have those moments where you have other priorities, your business can still, you know, is automated enough to run itself, that it runs on autopilot. So you can travel or whatever else you have going on. So the one thing that I want you to come away with today is that you can successfully create a profitable course that sells on repeat and gives you a safety net to live life on your terms, regardless of what's going on in the world. So how would you spend your time if you had a recession-proof way of getting consistent income into your business without having to spend hours on that hamster wheel? So I'm going to, and I'd love to hear what would you do? Where would you go? Would you travel more? I definitely, this year, I've said I really want to travel. So I've booked, I can't go that often with my son, but I've booked that I'm, you know, going to go away once a month for a long weekend. I, you know, want to do things like doing a triathlon, all of those things that are possible with your life when you stop being on the hamster wheel. Like, I'd love to hear, what are those things that you want to do? Is it travel more? Just spend more time with your family, do school pickups, whatever it may be, that's the thing that you really want. Okay, I'd love to hear some of those things. Let me just have a look what your things are. Okay, so Amanda, more time at the beach, buy my little boat, not panic about bills, travel more, says Sheila, buy a house, spend more time with my family, pay off the mortgage, come and see you in the UK and then skip to Scotland, says Drew. Wonderful. Travel, spend time with my kids, lay at the beach, truly live without being stuck in front of the computer, says Victoria. Oh, love that, love that. Join a dragon boat paddle crew. Oh, love this. Fantastic. Let me just see some more. Drew says travel, see my son and granddaughter. Wonderful. I love those. Fantastic. Let's see one more. Amelia, more time with the grandchildren, more time to paint and write. Louise says spruce up my home, spending time on our farm, says Christine. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I love all of those, and that's the thing, that is possible. You can create whatever life you want to create for you. Plant a meadow. Oh my goodness, love that. Oh God, wow. And that's the thing, you can do all the things that you want to do that, you know, are your life goals. So I'm going to introduce some of the 3 biggest myths about course creation that, you know, people make these assumptions. They make these sort of things like, oh, that makes it feel like it's out of reach and not possible. Okay, myth number 1, that you're not good enough. And as I've shared before, I definitely, after the birth of my son, had huge insecurities about my capabilities and what I could do. And, you know, I definitely didn't think that I was good enough or wasn't an expert, and had huge doubts about myself. And I still have them. But the reality is that, you know, it's that little voice in your head. It's not the reality of you. And, you know, sometimes we have these feelings like we think we need to get a PhD before we can possibly be an expert in this subject. But, that voice in your head that questions if you're good enough or clever enough or worthy enough of creating a course, you are enough. Okay, I want you to put that in the chat. I am enough. I am an expert, because so many people doubt whether they're good enough or capable enough, and you are an expert. Okay, so you stay trapped on that hamster wheel, and those dreams that you had, we've just talked about those dreams that you had for yourself and your life. They just seem so out of reach. Can you imagine if you had time to do the things you love with the people you love? Okay, so myth 2, that you think, I'm going to wait until you're ready. And you think, oh, I'm not ready to put myself out there. Or you'll wait till your child starts school, or maybe wait till the kids finish school or move to that next stage of life. Or you'll wait till the economy gets better. And we've all had these moments where we think, oh, I'll wait. But if you continue to believe this, you're going to stay the world's best kept secret. You don't get to fulfill your passion and your purpose. And instead you settle for mediocre. And you don't get to impact the world with your message. So can you imagine what it would feel like if you only said yes to the projects that really light you up, that really bring you joy? Imagine if you could impact the world and share your message with many. So myth number 3 is that you don't have time to create a course. And we all start small, whether it's, I certainly started while I was breastfeeding my son. And we all start with, side hustles and juggles with the kids in order to make it a reality. But imagine what your life would look like if you went all in. Like, certainly when I filmed my first course, my son was playing with trains right next to me while I was filming. And, there was definitely a lot of editing to be done, but I got it done. And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we just need to go all in. So Carl navigated working full time with family life and built his course on evenings and weekends because he knew there was a better way. And he's just launched his mini course. Creating a course means you don't have to keep working those crazy hours to pay the bills. And you have a safety net for your family, regardless of what's going on in the world. And actually, it can be your insurance policy, that safety net. So what is the cost to you and your family if you keep going on the hamster wheel? Because you can create a safety net and make money on repeat. So when the pandemic struck, our Airbnb business, we have an Airbnb business with 10 Airbnb properties, and I got COVID and I was really sick. It was like I was kind of sick before the UK lockdown, and I had to rest, take care of homeschooling, and I was, it took me a good chunk of time to recover. And basically our properties completely, I had 10 mortgages to pay. And so despite everything going on, my business continued to make money while I slept. And it was basically my mini course, my $19 mini course that kept everything afloat. And it sold, it was called Confident on Camera, and it sold day in, day out, and meant, you know, the mortgages got paid. I didn't have to work because that was doing the work for me. It was all on autopilot, and it just kept everything going. And having an online course is the most effective way to make money while you sleep and have sales coming into the business every single day. And you can see there's these small amounts of money. So it wasn't just $19. People would be buying like a $19 course, and then they'd buy maybe a different other courses within that framework. So they'd buy a $19 and then another one for, you know, another amount, 37 or something, and then like larger ones. So I was, you know, making, you know, between $2,000-3,000 a day. And so, you know, that was covering all the mortgages. So it can be a safety net for your business. It's your insurance policy for your business. And it's all through the system that I like to call the ACE system. So ACE stands for A for audience, C for create, and then the engine, step 3. Okay. And so basically you're building an audience, you're questioning them, talking to them, and then you create your course, and then you build that autopilot system, that sales engine to sell on repeat. So step 1, audience, you're going to talk to them, have chats to them, find out what they want. And this is really important because sometimes we create ideas, and I'm definitely guilty of this. I have this like amazing idea and I'm like, oh my God, I love this, and start creating it because I love creating. And I don't actually go and do that whole like, oh, actually, do people want this? So I have to really rein myself in and check that they want this. And so I don't find this step sexy. So I struggle with this step, but it's really important to kind of make sure that you test and validate. And so when you do your research, you can know rather than presuming what you think they need. And in the same, having those conversations, you can pre-sell to them. So you pre-sell in your workshops, you can pre-sell trainings, and that means you can create those workshops, get people involved, they come to those, have chats to them, build that workshop, which is essentially the foundations of your course, but it means that you've actually had an open forum where they can help you create the course. And that's what's so amazing about it. So it's a fast way to bring some money into the business. And remember, if you stay till the end, you'll learn how I've sold 50,000 courses. And there's my book, Make Money While You Sleep. And it's possible for you too. So how do you pre-sell? So the research part, asking the audience what they need, and then that opens the door to further conversations. And it might be that they're wanting to know, oh yeah, I really want to, that course sounds amazing. I want to find out more. They join the wait list. Or maybe they want to have one-to-one conversations with you, which leads to working one-to-one with you. Well, that again, that's revenue into your business. And in time, they might be actually, oh, I want to buy the course as well. So you're building up that wait list. And, you know, that helps you to, you know, build and grow and scale your business. So it's all about testing that idea. The workshop can work really well. You get that feedback and build those relationships to pre-sell to people. So Miranda is talking to coffee business owners, and she created a workshop to test and validate if there was interest in that kind of offering. And she had so many learnings from it, and she realized her audience wanted a membership too. And so that was how she was able to then establish exactly what she was going to do. And it really helped her lay out how she was going to build the course. So it really helps. It can be scary thinking, oh my God, is anyone going to come? And Miranda was really scared about it right up to, just an hour before. She was really, really scared, but it all paid off. And that's why having a workshop can work so well. Or Justine. So Justine was built an epilepsy course. So she was wanting to test with people in Facebook groups who have epilepsy. And from that, she was able to get amazing, incredible feedback from people, and basically built her email list from asking questions and asking people to join her email list. And that's what can make all the difference. So then we're going to go to step 2, which is about the C of the ACE system, which is creating your content. So you can easily create your course. So we're going to show you how you can plan, create that course. So you create what people want, and then it's onto the recording the content. And you can easily create a mini studio without having to spend a fortune on equipment. And also we'll talk through about building your course and what software and platforms to structure your course, where to host it. And when you use this system, you can very easily create that course. Like Janet, who has a Shop Your Wardrobe course. And Janet was laid off in the pandemic and, was like, what am I going to do next? So she basically built a studio, little filming studio in her parents' basement. And that's how she created and filmed all her course. And, you wouldn't believe that's her parents' basement, but she made it into a really lovely space that works perfectly. Or Deborah, who created a dating course. And you can see there she is, like how it looks on screen. She basically was filming in her garage. So even though there's all the, the bikes and the clobber, she was filming that. And, it doesn't have to be a perfect studio, but you can make it look really special on screen. And so then step 3, which is about the automation. So it's the sales engine to sell again and again. And this is the step that most people really struggle with, because the reality is lots of people think, oh, I can create a course, and they go off and they create a course. But they don't always then have that infrastructure in place to sell again and again. And that is what makes the difference. You remember how I said with the $19 course that I was selling again and again and again. So I wasn't just, it wasn't me having to talk about it all the time. It was working even when I was sick. And so you can build that sales engine so that you're selling again and again. And how you do that is you build the system. And that, is work. You put the work into the system and you test it and tweak it and make sure it's like, it's the engine, so it's purring. But once that machine is purring, then off it goes, and you're just keeping an eye on it. But you're not having to spend hours watching it all every day, because it's doing the work itself. And the reality is that if you don't create a course for your business, then the only way that you can 10 times your income is by tripling your workload. And you're not going to make money while you sleep. You're just going to be burnt out. But if you build a system that enables you to scale without having to burn yourself out, without having to work crazy hours, so you can like 10 or 20 times your income, but you're working the same hours or less because you've just built a system that flows, then that is the beauty of online courses. And, this works for all kinds of, it works for solopreneurs. I'm a solopreneur, but it also works for bigger organizations. I did this with Psychologist Magazine. I've done it with other, I used to do, I don't do them so much anymore, but I used to do lots of joint ventures with some really big brands and influencers. And, I basically build their system for them. So we did it with Psychologists, we did it with Men's Health, and create this system so they have courses that sell on repeat. And same way with Leah, we created a system where, you know, she now is, I think she sent me a WhatsApp message actually just earlier this week, and let me just find it, because I was like, wow. So literally from selling through LinkedIn, let me just find it. I should be all organized for this, but I was, I forgot. Where is her message? It's gone. But literally, I think she said she sold, here we go. I'm going to show you this. Okay, so she sent me a screen grab. She sold £93,000. I don't know if you can see that. £93,000 worth of courses, literally from using this system. And that's, you know, just from LinkedIn. And so, you know, that is entirely possible. You can build a system. And then it means it gives you that freedom. She's a single parent, and she's not having to do all of those one-to-ones and burn herself out. Or Jerry, also on LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn. So, you know, she has a membership that, you know, brings her £10,000 a month of additional revenue into her. She's got an accountancy business, but now she also has a membership for accountants. So the A system is that 3-step process. So it's the audience, and then you are creating the content, and then automating what you do. So building that engine. So question, and I'm just going to come and have a look at some of the comments here. Why have you joined me today? And I'd love you to put in the chat why you've joined me here today. Maybe you're looking for that safety net, additional income streams. I know we're in slightly crazy times at the moment, with, you know, various interest rate hikes and all of those things. Or maybe you're feeling exhausted because you're, you know, working so hard with very little reward or recognition. Or you're spending so much time working in your business rather than on your business that you don't have time for your family. Or you're not actually pursuing the passion projects that you want to. Maybe you've heard a buzz about creating a course and you want to see if it's for you too. So I'd love to hear why you're here. Let me have a look. Okay, so I want to create £100,000 in income this year. I want to honeymoon in Costa Rica. Oh my goodness, love this. Take my kids on a Disney cruise. I want to build a life of financial freedom and flexibility. I want to live before my years are up. Oh. Beth says, I want to produce content so I don't have to explain 101 access anymore. Love this. Siobhan says, all of the above. Sheila says, I really know this is the way ahead for me. I can help so many more people if I can make it affordable. Michelle says, I need to hear this over and over again. Yes. Louise says, I've got course ideas but don't know how to build the system engine that you talk about. And that is the thing. So many people don't build that engine. Let me see. James, medium-term goal to have financial freedom in the years to come, travel the world, have fun, help others create a better life for themselves. Beth says, I want to transition off benefits, feel financially secure, create a life that plays to my strengths. Siobhan said, I'd like to package what I've learned, share it with others, and generate regular income. Love that. And Siobhan is an amazing artist, and it's not her painting behind, but I am actually talking to Siobhan about getting with some of her paintings because I love them. Candice says, need help moving past the I need more certifications. I so hear you there, okay? We don't need a PhD, okay? We don't need to do all of that. Meg says, I care for my father with a long-term illness. He's taking up all of my time. I want to create an art course. This has been a game changer in my mental health. I'm saving now for a fab early retirement. Wonderful. Love that, Meg. Yes, definitely that. I'm giving you a clap there. Barbara says, I have a PhD in certifications. I love that. That's made me giggle. What else have I missed? Amanda says, spending more time with family is a priority. Sarah says, have 2 courses ready to be made online on repeat, but getting stuck as the funnel thing foxes me. We can talk through all of that. That's a big part of it. Okay, so my customer should learn to clear themselves and their family after my initial clearing. I charge for these little after clearing, so I'd like to outsource the peanuts. Yeah, love that. Yes, and that's exactly it. How do I say your name? Is it Pei Yang? Someone purchased my online course when I was sleeping and I loved it. I want to be experiencing it. I want to actually make money in my sleep. I want to be able to do this all the time and retire at 48. Love that. Pei. Okay, sorry, Pei. Hello. I know we have talked lots on LinkedIn, so hello. I just didn't know how to pronounce your name. Pei. Okay. Have I missed anybody else out? No, I don't think so. Let me look. No, I haven't. Okay, so I love hearing all your stories. Thank you. Right, let me go back and talk a little more. So when you have a framework to create a profitable online course that makes money while you sleep, then you can shift, and you can shift from struggling to make money online, working crazy hours, very little to show for it, and wishing you could make more impact, to 10 times your income and impact with an online course-based business that creates that safety net because it works 24 hours a day for you, while you get on with the business of living your life. And the good news is that you can get started straight away. And remember, this system has helped me to sell over 50,000 courses again and again, and it has incredible results for my clients too. So if there's one thing that you can take away from today, you can successfully create the safety net of additional income streams from selling your online course and 10 times your income without working more hours or trading time for money. If there was a way to get my system for creating courses and selling on repeat, would you take it? And I'd love to hear, would you take it? So you have a choice. Option 1, you don't make a digital course. You're trading time for cash. You're exhausted, trying to squeeze it all in, work more hours, doing the juggle, finding out answers on YouTube, and just feeling completely burnt out. Or option 2, you 100% commit to fast track this system with a proven roadmap, 10 times your income, without working more hours or trading time for money. Because, and this is a really big question, this is, what will happen to you and your family if you keep going on that hamster wheel? Because I can't guarantee what your outcome is going to be if you create a course. But what I can guarantee is the cost of your inaction, the cost of you not moving forward, and the cost of not doing what you desire emotionally and financially. And you're here because you want to get off the hamster wheel. So whether you're watching this because you want to create additional revenue streams and you want to fulfill your passion and purpose, or you are looking for a new way of doing business and a safety net that can enable you to make money regardless of what is going on in your world, or you want to have more time for your family to care for them and your friends, then My Course Academy is right for you. So My Course Academy is the only program that will give you the steps to plan, create, and build your digital course, plus to actually sell it again and again. So even if you want to wait until you feel like, oh, you're good enough or qualified enough, or you worry about putting yourself out there and selling and, who you are, what you do. Well, you worry about the tech stuff. I know I certainly worried about that. And if you feel like you've got enough time to devote to it. My Course Academy is a step-by-step program to show you actually how to create and sell your course. The 8-module program will show you how to find your audience of raving fans and pre-sell to them in your research and your workshops, how to design and build your course, how to launch a profitable course, and I'll take you from overworked and undervalued to having an easy business that makes money while you sleep. And I'm just going to put, there's a little link you should be able to see. Can you see? I'm just going to share it again. Just let me share it again to everybody. Here's a link to, so you can just go and check out coursescreator.com. And you'll receive 8 modules covering the research, the pre-selling, how you can create and build that sales machine we talked through where you're selling again and again. You get weekly coaching calls with me for over 90 days. You get tech support, implementation workshops. And these are really, really helpful because what we do in each stage of the process is, so you have those group coaching calls with me, but you also have workshops in addition where we do that stage of it, whether it's like planning the outline of the course or building that sales page. So actually, we're there in a workshop so you get it done rather than kind of sitting there thinking, oh, I've got to do this all by myself. You're in that work environment where we're doing it together, and it makes it, with that group accountability, it makes it so much easier. So you may be thinking, is this right for me? So Krishna was, she was teaching in schools. She was teaching, running her business and going into schools, teaching that way. And she took her business online, and it's, she's been able to scale and also work less hours. Kathleen, who had a ballet studio, and during the pandemic, she took that online and created a series of courses for women around the world who wanted to learn ballet in their 50s and 60s. Now, imagine what your life would be like if you had a safety net for the tough times, so that you weren't having to work more, or you weren't feeling like you were trading time for money. And you finally got the time to spend with your family and your friends, or you just worked on projects that you loved. What would that make possible for you? So I just whiz through what's in the program. We've talked a good amount about, so you identify your audience and pre-sell to them. And then module 2 is about those workshops, which we talk through, which helps you generate cash quickly, but you can really validate and test those ideas. And then we move on to outlining your course. And we do this in a way where, you actually get so much support in doing this, because we do it as a workshop where you really get that help so you can outline your course, get it done. And then we move on to recording your course, and I'll show you everything that you need to know to record your course. And I've had a fair few years in the media to help you. And then we go on to creating the course, where to house it best for your budget and your business, and then how to create that best-selling sales page. And I'll share my $1 million funnel secrets, because actually this is the gold dust of creating a plug-and-play system so that you can create and automate that sales system. And then we go on to why your funnel matters. So you build that system so it's an automated process, so you can sell again and again. And, use the tools that you have, the audience that you have on social media, your email list, to get those sky-high conversions. And then we'll launch your course. So we'll create that system so that we'll help you with your emails, your social media, so you can sell that course again and again. And you can get started today for 6 installments of $197 US. And if you want to pay in pounds, we can definitely talk about a sterling pounds version too. If you want to pay in pounds, just message me and we can sort that. So it's coursescreator.com. So I'll check that you've got it in the chat. I've got it there. So let me just, oh, I've gone the wrong way. Here we go. So, and bonuses. So you get my funnel. So I talked about this. So you get a system that makes it really, really easy for you to build your course. It will be super easy for you to have that system so you can sell again and again. You get that as part of the bonuses that you work through. You also get access to my membership. And so we have implementation workshops, coaching calls with me, and lots of, tech support experts to really help you build your audience and sell again and again. Plus you get my Get Traffic package. So different ways that you can build your audience. And, this is, really helpful to you so you can sell again and again, whether that's using SEO, using YouTube, Pinterest, which I love as a great strategy. So you can use all of those tools. And I mentioned that fast action bonus. So if you sign up today, then you can access the Skyrocket Your Publicity course and harness the power of the media to help you sell. So all of those things, this is what's in my course academy. So you get the 8 modules with all that. I just talked you through those. You get the weekly coaching calls, tech support, implementation workshops for copywriting or outlining your course, plus different experts for, whether it's YouTube or SEO or Facebook ads, plus the accountability. And you also get those bonuses. You get my funnel, which is a huge bonus worth $18,000, if not more. I mean, it's obviously $1 million funnel, but I have, spent thousands and thousands of dollars on funnels. Plus you also get my webinars that win, the slide deck that will really help you to sell using webinars. And also my workshops, Copy That Converts, plus lots of templates and opt-ins and swipe files, and that Get Traffic package. So total value, $26,000. You can join today from $197 US. If you want a pound sterling version, message me and we can sort that out for you. So sign up today, coursescreator.com. And it really worked for Caroline, who is just launching her course on meetings and, how to basically not get talked over in meetings. And, we've created other courses in the past together, and, she is amazing. Love her. So check out her latest course. But she's also, if you have a look at her on YouTube, she has this TED Talk with over almost 10 million views now. And she has an amazing way of teaching you to be more, breathe and feel more confident. Or Leah talked through, who uses courses really to stop her having to do all those one-to-ones all the time, so she has more time for her son. And Jerry, who has built that additional income stream so she can go and live her amazing life in Dubai. So my guarantee, I 100% guarantee that you'll love this program, or I'll return your money back to you straight away. So just email me within 14 days of purchase and I'll refund you, no question asked. So here's what to expect. So if you go to coursescreator.com, I've popped the link in the chat. So Kay says, do you really think you can do this without a current following? I don't have an email list. Yeah, when I started, I didn't have an email list, so it's utterly possible. There are ways to do it without necessarily having an email list in the beginning. If you have one, that's great, but you don't have to have one. So if you go to the sales page, you'll see, and you click through, and then you click to the order page. And so you add in your name, your email address. So you add in those details and then click through, and then you can pay, and you can choose to pay with credit cards. You can pay in full, or there's options to pay, so you can start with payments of $197 every month. And then you're in, and you can get going straight away. So you can access your account, you sign in. This is like the sign in page, you get going. And this is what it looks like, the actual program. So you can start with, really get going straight away, and, join the Facebook group, get going, get learning. You don't have to sort of wait and feel like, oh, I've got to wait for everyone, and we'll get going. Victoria asks, do you offer assistance to helping those who can't nail down their course idea? Absolutely. Lots of people are not sure exactly in the beginning, and that's what will come out of your research as well. So yes, most definitely we go through that stage. So here's what's in my course academy. So it's the 8 modules, the weekly coaching calls, the tech support, those workshops, the implementation workshops, the get it done workshops. You get the support, the accountability in the Facebook group, plus all those bonuses. The Get My Funnel worth $18,000, if not more. And plus all those other bonuses worth, so it's $26,000. You can join today for $197 US. We'll do a UK version as well, pound version. So sign up today. coursescreator.com. I'll pop the link below. So any other questions that you have for me? I know a lot of people always, have that self-doubt of, I don't know if I have to wait, I'm not an expert. But the reality is that, once you get going and you've built that system, then it enables you to really, set yourself apart, to be seen as the expert. You can use that same system to help you, get that much more clarity for whether it's writing a book, whether it's, getting more press and media, helps you to stand out. Strax says, what's the fast action bonus? It's the Skyrocket Your Publicity course. So it's how to get more press and PR. Christine says, from your experience, what performs better, write a book or make an online course? I'm more the writer. I hate my presence in front of camera, not confident at all. Okay, well, I can help you with being confident on camera. Don't worry about that, because I have a course on it, but I can absolutely help you with that. And we actually do, when people first join, we do a kind of getting you confident on camera, practicing being on camera, because it makes all the difference. I would say that courses are completely life-changing. Like writing a book, I love my book, don't get me wrong, but courses have definitely been much more profitable, much more, easier to sell, and has definitely hugely, stratospherically been a game changer. That's not to say that within that system of selling you can't also have a book. You could have one in there, but if you're going to write a book and get it published by one of the big 3 publishers in the world, like I was with Hachette, Hodder and Stoughton, it's amazing, but it's a kind of convoluted process and definitely not in it for profit. So yes. Okay, Sheila says, I have my ideas. Can it be done in 90 days? Absolutely. I've built courses before in 60. It's work. I'm not going to say, oh, it's a doddle. It's, it's definitely work. but you can get it done. And you know, lots of people get it done while working full time and juggling kids and all of those things. Sheila says, can you explain the funnel? So basically a funnel is marketing speak. It's a series of sales pages that helps you to sell courses, but it's set up in a way that really is as to maximize your success in selling, so that you can sell as much as possible and therefore make as much profit as possible. Antonia says, what time are the live calls? So I mix up calls because my audience is quite global. So I tend to have, it tends to be on a Monday, but we have, so we'll do a coaching call on a Monday, and we tend to do one at 1 p.m. UK time, which is like 8 a.m. EST, or we do it at 3 p.m. EST, which is 3:30 p.m. EST, which is 8:30 p.m. UK time, and which I think is, I can't remember in Pacific. PST, I think it's 10 a.m. Hang on. No, you're 8 hours, aren't you? 12 noon, 12:30 PST. So we mix it up. And then similar kind of times for the experts, and the experts are some in the UK, some in the US, and for the implementation sessions, I tend to do evenings UK to get more people, and also so that it suits people in on the West Coast in the US, and also early morning for Australia. Okay, sorry. Right. Victoria, how long would you say it takes to create a course on average, and when do people start to see return on investment? Okay, so I've known people build one in 6 weeks. They are pretty supercharged on it. Jerry, who I was just talking about, she built hers in 6 weeks, and she is like turbocharged, beyond turbocharged. Other people take a bit longer. It just depends, you know, how you work. I tend to build a course in, you know, I say last year I built a course and it took me, let me just think, it took me about 2 months. I've got other courses where I've done it in 6 weeks. It depends what you have going on in your life. Are there any other investments we need to know about to get through this course? You know, obviously, when it comes to which platforms, there is, you know, different platforms, but we will talk through that. And there's lots of different options for where you want to be, and, you know, where you want to put your course. It could be on your website, whatever it may be. Like ClickFunnels, yeah, absolutely, could be there too. Depends where you want to put your course, put your sales pages, all of those things. Drew says, are the weekly coaching calls recorded? Absolutely, yes, if we can't attend. Yes, so we record everything and you can access all of those. Antonia says, great, I'm in the New Forest, so good times for me. Okay, excellent. So yeah, we try and make it that it is as user-friendly and as accessible. And people message me. I'm very open to people messaging me. They will message me like on like LinkedIn Messenger. Some people message me if they can't make calls, and they'll message me there. They'll message me, you know, little voice notes or something. If they're stuck on something, I'm really open to, I want to get people to get it done. You know, some people can't always you know, join a coaching call, and so I'm open to that because I want you to achieve results and get it done. And in the same way, I, you know, sometimes like I have somebody who's in the program who's in up on east coast of Australia, and she can't always make all the calls. And so, you know, we have a quick 15-minute check-in every once in a while, just me and her, just so she's up to date with everything. So, you know, I want you to get it done, and I will go out of my way for you to get it over the line and get it done, because that's the most important thing. Okay, so Beth says, do we have a sliding scale bursary? So we have the 6 pay option, and we can definitely talk about other things if you need some help with something. Kay says, is Kajabi expensive? I'm just conscious it might be out of my reach. Kajabi is one option. There's lots of different options depending on you and your budget, and you know, there are free things, there are lots of different options. So, you know, Kajabi is a really nice option, but it's not the only option. So you know, so it's, you know, whatever works for you. Yeah, we can absolutely sort that. Let me just look at the Q&A, because I realize I've missed the Q&A questions. Okay, so do you think there are particular strengths or skills we could develop to be as successful as you in doing this? Oh, okay, so I will say that I think the people who I've seen have incredible success are definitely, and I don't even put myself in this category, but are quite ballsy. And what I mean by that is there is definitely you've got to be prepared to say, I'm going to put myself out there. There's definitely a, you know, like, you've got to go for it. And that's definitely something that is, you know, I would say doing that is probably one of the, you know, you just go all in and go for it. I think if you're sort of half-hearted and you say, oh, you know, then that's where I think I've not necessarily, you know, people don't, if you kind of are half-hearted, but I think that's with anything. Okay, Bad Healthy Woman says, what are the additional costs? Funnel, email list, Facebook ads. What funnel do you use on cost? When are the weekly coaching calls? Okay, so I've just talked through weekly coaching calls. Funnels, we've just talked through that. There's lots of different systems for you. You can get, you know, systems where it's all in one, so that can, you know, save you money. You don't have to run Facebook ads. I was just talking about Leah, who doesn't use Facebook ads, she just uses LinkedIn. You know, Facebook ads, they are amazing, incredible. Like, you know, if you're spending a certain amount of money, I started out, I'd spend $50, but I was making at least 3 times, like, you know, if I was spending $50, I was making like $250, $300 for every, and, you know, and then you can reinvest that in more, and you're, you know, so suddenly you're selling more and more courses. And so things like that, that's where it's like being prepared to test and go all in and say, you know, can it work in this way? But it's not just Facebook ads that, you know, you can use, like SEO can work. So that's like basically getting found on Google, blogging, YouTube. Like, I started out using YouTube. That was my main strategy. Still love YouTube. Okay. Antonia says, I still have a Teachery account. Will you be able to use this in conjunction with your course account? Yes, absolutely. Strack says, got to go. I'll check your link during the weekend. All the best. Fabulous. Sharon says, got to go now. Thank you for the great info. We'll be in touch. Okay. So, well, if there's any other questions from anyone, I'd love to hear. You know, I think one of the big things that, you know, there are so many different ways, you know, to market your courses. Kay says that the offer expired today. No, it's absolutely around for the next few days. So, you know, jump right in. I'm also here if you want to message me, have a chat about things. I'm here. I want to help you and support you to build your course. So if you want to chat, I'm absolutely here. Let me see what time it is. Oh, it's getting late. So Sheila says, very informative. I think I need to grow some balls, get balls. That's the thing. I mean, I'm always quite, and it's funny because I'm actually quite timid. And I'm definitely like, I definitely have lots of wobbles about lots of things, and like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? But I do sort of think that there are moments in our life where we have to just be brave and say, I'm going to go for this. And I look at the people where I see them and I think, okay, they've gone all in. And that it's that moment of being brave, saying, right, I'm just going to go for that new strategy. I'm going to go all in. Okay, seeing as I'm going to wrap up, unless anybody else has any last questions, I'm going to wrap up and say thank you. You can message me. I am here. Have a lovely, lovely afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for being here. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, Drew, sorry, I'm spotting. Okay, are there any other investments? No, I've answered that. Beth says, I'm not on Instagram. What's the best way to message you? If you're getting my emails, you can hit reply to those. Michelle says, you're amazing, Lucy. Thank you. Let me just look if there's any others. Any other questions? I think that's all. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye, bye, bye. Amelia says, I love your accent. Oh, thank you. Bye, bye.